Okay, so we have an exact differential equation. So what we're going to do is find m of x of y. So m is pretty much what's being times by d of x, so it'll be 2xy. And then we're going to find n of xy, and that's what's ever being times by d of y. So what we're going to do is differentiate m with respect to y, and then differentiate n with respect to x. Now we see both of these are equal to each other, and because that's the case, we can use this really long method. So stick around. So there's something called d of f of d of x. That's pretty much equal to m of xy. Okay? And then there's d of f over d of y. That's equal to n of xy. So what we're going to do is, we can choose one to work with. So let's choose this one to work with. So this is equal to 2xy. We're going to integrate both sides with respect to x. So this dx, and so this and this cancel. So hold on. This is also with respect to dx. So this and this cancel each other out, and then we have just f of x of y, and that's equal to the integral of this with respect to x, and I believe that should be x squared y plus a constant. Let's call this constant g of y. Okay, so this is going to be our constant value. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to differentiate this whole thing again, but with respect to y instead. So this will just rewrite it as d of f over d of y. This should just be equal to x squared plus g derivative of y. Okay, now notice how this and this are both equal to each other, and so that means we can plug n of xy here, and recall n of xy is x squared minus 1. Now we can bring this to the other side, so this and this cancels out. So g of xy is just equal to minus 1. Now we're going to integrate both sides with respect to y, okay, because we have a y here. So this becomes g of y plus c, and this becomes minus y plus c2. Let's call this c1, c2. Bring this to the other side, and we'll just replace everything with just 1c. Okay, now we're almost done. Recall f of x, y was equal to x squared y plus g of y. Well, we can just plug that into here. So we'll have minus y plus c. Okay, now we're going to set this to be equal to 0. Okay, so we're going to have 0 equals x squared y minus y plus c, and we'll just isolate for y. So we'll bring the c to the other side. So let's call this, so this is minus c. We'll have all of this just be equal to c3, and now let's just isolate for y, and that's your final answer.